So please repeat after me. Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma sarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishna te Namah. Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishna Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namasri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Hari Om. Dear devotees, friends, it is a wonderful occasion that slowly you have developed a small group, and every month you are studying the scripture and discussing among yourselves. And sometimes I also join online, and thanks to the science, because of that, from sitting in the Chicago, I can contact you all, can see you all, can talk to you. Now, then once in a year, when I come that is in person, we can talk to each other, to know each other. So yesterday, in the evening, we had a wonderful discussion, and we were trying to understand through the history, pages of the history of India, and it was, we could understand that the life vein of India is spirituality. So ultimately, it reaches over there. Even though so many invasions were there, one after another, Shah, Khun, Pathan, Mughal, so one after another in our history it is there, but still that is surviving. Constantly it is there. Now today we will be discussing mainly that the subject that was announced, the advices of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna to the householder devotees. Now Sri Ramakrishna, why he gave importance to the householders? Because we will come to that in details. That is the main tree of the society. So here we find we have the different type of dharma we find, and this word dharma is used then to express the speciality of anything, like Vastu Dharma. Vastu Dharma means that speciality of fire is burning, or the water is cooling, or this or that, all this, that is called dharma. That is also dharma, Vastu Dharma. Then Jiva Dharma, Ishvara Dharma. Then came Swadharma. That's a beautiful word used by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Swadharma, your own religion. What is that? Your responsibility. Whatever the responsibility that you have taken up, that is your performing that in a diligent way, perfect way, is your own dharma. Now, why so many differences? Because looking at the life of a human being, a great research they did, what actually we want. And they came out with the only three things that we want. That we like to survive, we don't like to die. None of us, not only human being, all creatures, they don't like to die. And this common thing in every creature, how it came. The ant never wants to die. The elephant never wants to die. A human being never wants to die. What is the reason? There must be something common. So they came to understand that one who has created us is a one person, and from there everything has come. That's why the same common feature we find. We don't like to die. Each and every one wants to know. If you notice even the ants, they will be going and sometimes they will stop. They will try to understand what is around. The snakes, the birds, the deers, and all animals, they like to know what is happening. And that is like to know. The human being, of course, constantly going on, trying to know what is happening under the water, above the sky, here, there, they're going on. So where from this same common thing came? And they came to know that the Creator is the source of knowledge. And that is why we find the common thing. And then finally, the third feature is Ananda. Ananda means the happiness. So we don't like to die. They gave the name Sad, S-A-T, Sat. We like to know. They gave the Sanskrit word they used, Chit. And then finally, Ananda, Sat Chit Ananda. Ananda is the bliss or the happiness, the joy. Now, this is the common thing in every being. Now, why we are not getting this? There is another problem. So, first is, who are we? That they discovered. Then, who has created us? Sat Chit Ananda Sarupa. That means the one who is the combination of all these three. They gave the name Brahman. The Brahman, all-pervading consciousness. Afterwards, some people, they changed that name. They said Bhagavan or God. And like that, accordingly, it has come. But it is Brahman. The word Brahman is not Brahman, Brahman. The Brahman means all-pervasive consciousness. And from the consciousness, everything is there. When consciousness is not there, all other things are immaterial. So these are the discoveries. There's no one coming from the heaven and telling them, giving them the dictation. No, they're discovering it. And after the discovery, what they did, oh, now look at the people. Are they aware of it? For the happiness, they are doing everything. But by doing that, they are going more and more, digging their own grave. They're trying to get the happiness, but in a wrong place. All the time, every time. There's sometimes some people, they're thinking that they will capture the power all over the world and they will be happy. Even after having the complete power, they are not happy. Why? Fear. Fear of losing. They can't sleep properly. There are stories in the life of the kings. In one night, they used to change 6, 7 rooms secretly. Why? Because the guard outside may kill him. Look at it. Is this happiness? Well, there are stories that the bed that the king used to use, and under the bed there is another door is there, hidden door, and through that it could go down to the another room below, and then he is sleeping over there, and the guards are over there on the top. So many things. If you go to the old castles, you will find all this. Then who is happy? The power? No. Money? No. And different type of wishes, even after fulfilling, then again another wish come, another thought come, another situation come. Then where is the end of it? then they understood, well, this is our main problem is desire. So if we can control our desire, then we can overcome this. All these they researched and they gave a wonderful, we can say, a charter for the human life. They said the whole human life should be divided into 4 parts: brahmacharya, garastha, banaprastha, and sannyasa. Now, when we find over here the brahmacharya, garastha, banaprastha, and sannyasa, the brahmacharya means one is learning. That is the time one should know everything. And slowly, slowly, when you are learning, when you are hearing, you are not assimilating it, you are not understanding it, you are not accepting it, because that is completely new to you. But slowly they are trying to understand it. So this is called the brahmacharya. But the concentration should be how to learn it, how to get it. This is the brahmacharya. Then comes the garastha period. The garastha, that is an excellent, wonderful situation. That is the time a human being is having complete freedom. Whatever the wishes that he or she is having can be fulfilled. Because he is earning, he is the matured one, he is doing, naturally he is taking his own decision. So that is the garastha time. And then comes the banaprastha. We will not touch that much. After the retirement, they prepare themselves for the final retreat, which is sannyasa. Now, we know, we get, we enjoy, then we give up. This is and why we give up? Because you are compelled to give up. If you don't give up, you will suffer. And willingly if you give up, there is no problem. So that is the way it is, brahmacharya and garastha. And in the garastha period, one should be very, very careful. Why? Because they are the maker of the human society. This is the reason, tasmat trayo opi ashramiko jnane na anena cha navaham grihasthane naiva dharayante tasmat jesthasrami grihi. And in the Manu Smriti, Manu again is a lawmaker. When in the society there should be some law, and in every society there are some laws. When you are all alone, you don't need any law. But when you are a group of family, there are 4 brothers and 3 sisters and these, that. Then the head of the family will say, you have to get up early, 5 in the morning, then you should do this, you should do that. A law is necessary. Whenever we are in a group, a law is necessary. You're going to do whatever you like. But when you are all alone, you don't bother about that. So in the society also, human society also, law was necessary. And Hindu society, they developed the laws. And when you are marrying, what type of promises that you will take. The mantra that we call, the holy words that we say, actually these are, most of them, they are prayers to the gods and different demigods. And please bless them. They are going to start a new family. They are going to establish, help them. And all these prayers are there. And then promises. The husband will take the oath, promises, and the wife is also taking the oath like that. So these are the system. Who developed that? These people. Say they understood that this type of promises should be taken by these people, so that at least 1 or 2, if they remember, that will be sufficient. The 7 promises, when a grihasthi is marrying a man and a woman, completely unknown to each other, nature completely different, growing up different, thought process different. You will never find a male thinking of, oh, I will put a flower over here. But the women, they always love the flowers and decoration and all this. But the male, by nature, it is not there. And not that it is their fault, it is not there mostly. So this is that some of the things are always there. So they are bringing these two together, completely different nature, complete everything different, but you have to be together. How? Through love. And love is not by nature, there is an attraction in the physical attraction, but that won't survive for a long period of time. Then what? Respect for each other. How we will develop the respect? So that is the dharma. So that they teach constantly that you should do like this, you should do like that, you should understand, you should know, then you should love, and these are your duties and these are the duties of the others. So this thing mainly it is for the householders. And householders is the pillar. From there everything. And as he said, Tashmat, therefore, Jeshtashrami Grihi. Jeshta Ashrama. 4 ashramas are there. What are the 4 ashramas? Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Banaprastha and Sanya. Why ashrama they say? Ashrama, that is the place where you get the your own solace. Ashraya. You can go and stay over there and you feel comfortable. This is my home. So that is the mentality. And a young boy, suppose you give him, previously they used to do young age marriages, and hey, you are now a husband, you should be responsible, and he is hardly 8 years old. Am I? For what? They will say, he doesn't know what is wife, what is family, what is your responsibility to look after the girl. Which girl? That one. And you will go and beat them. Well, no problem for you. So, because you don't know at all. So you have to understand that type of thing won't do. So slowly, previously they used to have only the marriages means accepting, and then when they used to grow up, 18 years they used to go. Well, like in the time of Ramakrishna it happened. This after the brahmacharya, garhastha is very important. Now if you are not properly educated, how you will earn? Because you cannot help yourself. And when you cannot help yourself, if you are depending on others, maybe your family or the father is having a lot of property, but you are not educated, you are not earning. Inside there will be always inferiority complex. It always remains. Why? Nature, again. So you should learn something where you can feel, well, I can do this. I can cook, I can build this, I can do that, something or other. I must learn. So first that education is very much essential. And if you are properly educated, obviously you will get the respect in the society. The doctors are respected. Engineers, doctors, administrators, and some of the positions, they are respected. Why? Because of them only the society getting the benefit. So complicated things are coming up slowly. Previously they used to go with the bow and arrow, and all group they used to go and hunt an animal and then eating the flesh and together, they're all right. When slowly some people, they became intelligent enough than the others how to hunt an animal. So they started planning. They became the leaders. Then when you bring those food and eat and next day again, there is nothing, so you start thinking that we should preserve. And when you start thinking in that way, more complication. Someone is having some food for tomorrow and the one is not, so they come to snatch it. There will be in between some people to stop it. So obviously more complications started. So grihastha. But that is the main ashrama. Tasmat trayo api ashramiko. Trayos ashrama, they are not talking about the sannyasa. First, second and third. The first is the student, second the householders, and third retired. But they are all living in the same place. Sannyasi never live in the houses. They have their own ashrama, they live separately. So they are not counting. See, 3. The Trayomika, Tasmat Traya. After the retirement, where the parents will go? Now, old age home and these, that they are making, but they are supposed to be in the family because they have grown up that. You know, there was a tradition in China, and it's because the very poverty was terrible poverty. So they decided when a person cannot contribute in the family, throw him in the river. Why to keep him? This, even that Spartacans, they used to do that. Suppose you cannot support yourself, and the physically handicapped, they used to throw them like they die. But then in China, that was the system. They used to throw. When the father will become very old, they will throw mother like that. So one day Confucius was passing and he saw a young man carrying his old father on his shoulder. He stopped. Confucius was a philosopher and the teacher of the Chinese. He said, young man, why you are carrying this father? Who is he? He is my father. Where you were carrying? No, I had to throw the river because he has become completely old and can't help. So we are now have to help him. So we don't have hands to help in our family. So a tradition that we are going to. Okay. But in the house that you are living now, who built it? Well, my father. When you were a child, you could not walk, you could not help yourself. Who supported you and protected you so that you grew up a young man? Who did it? My father. Like that, he was going on asking, and then slowly this young man, oh yes, that's true. When I was supposed to die, this is the man who protected me. And I am still living in the poverty which he has earned it. Now yes, I was making a mistake. Now it is my turn that I should help. So these are the philosophers who are slowly changing their mind, and this again he took his father back. That is a moral story from the Chinese stories. So here we find that there are a group of people who are researching on that, but they are away, sannyasis. Unless and until you are away from the game, you cannot understand what is the wrong thing is happening. Those who are sitting in the gallery, they can say, hey, you should pass the ball to this man, then he can goal. But there who are playing, they cannot. There. So sannyasa was necessary. But they are not discussing about the sannyasa. He says 3. Tasmat trayo opi asramiko. Don't throw your parents just because they are old, but you have to look after them. So that is the first. Jnanena anena cha nabaham. The jnana, that means the student life, and then grihastane naiva dharayante. All these 3 are supported by the grihi. When a student is studying, who is paying? Supporting that student, grihi. Whole society, everything that is going on, who is supporting by paying taxes? Grihi. They were asking me for my life insurance, and the health insurance. Have you earned anything? No. How can you claim that you have not earned anything and now you are asking for I didn't earn, but I inspired many people to earn. So you can. But anyway, somehow I got that the health insurance, but not complete. So I have to. Now I am earning. You know how? I give a class on Bhagavata, and there is a tradition. If you hear Bhagavata, you are supposed to pay. I don't know who started it, the Bhagavat Pandits. They say, if you hear Bhagavata, you have to pay. There are a group of people in the New Jersey, they hear Bhagavata and give me $400 per month. And another group in London, they also hear and give me 500. So I pay that 900 for my health insurance. Then other things are covered by the Obamacare and all that. I don't know much of it. My doctor takes care, but so this is the way it goes. I am also earning. So what to do? But one should not sell the education. But selling, I am not selling, but this is the honorarium they give and respect and all. Apart from that, these three, each and every one is supported by the grihi. So they say, Tasmat Sreshta Asrama. Sreshta Asrami are the grihis. These grihis, asrama, they provide food, education, shelter, other help to all the three ashramas. The sannyasi comes and stands before a householder and say, Bhagavati Bhiksham Dehi. And they go and give the something, some alms. But he is not earning. These people are supporting. Why? He is dedicated to some good thoughts, good actions. He is not harming. At least seeing him, we can remember the morality. When one of our monk, he went to a government office, and the corruptions everywhere. So he was asking for something to do, a signature or something. But this man told, Swamiji, ab baithiye na baithiye. They used to wait. He waited for a long period of time. Other people are coming and they are giving one packet, and immediately that is done. And then afterwards in the afternoon, almost when they are going to close the office, then he said, come Swamiji. He said, why you make me wait over here? You see, in Hindi they said, ab to shukha hai na. Sukha, you are a dry man, so you are not going to give me any bribe. So obviously, I am not wasting time. That was a busy time. So all people are coming, I am earning extra money for me and for you. Then why you are doing it for now? Whatever the sin that I have committed whole day, now, that will be, as because you are a holy man and I am giving you the service, so obviously with your blessings all those things will be. Now these are also the problem, and all this is there in the human society. Why? Because philosophy. The philosophy is a very important thing, and that philosophy should be properly taught by the sannyasis and vanaprasthis, the retired people. That apart, here the grihastha is supporting the whole society. So they should be taken care. In the Hindu mythology, we find the 4 yugas. These 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. Now this is the whole, if you go for counting, is a huge time frame, and that 12,000 times when it is repeating, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, Satya, like that 12,000 times, then that is a day for the Brahma. And the same way, night for the Brahma, the creator. And 100 years of that is the whole span of the creation. After that only whole creation will be closed. And how long we do not know, again the creation will come. This is the way they calculated. So whatever, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali is sufficient for us. Satya Yuga passed away, and Satya Yuga no importance on the Grihastha Dharma, because all were mendicants. And according to our mythology, in the Satya Yuga, there is no human actually. They were mind-born children of the Brahma. The Brahma used to imagine that there should be a rishi like this, like that, and he used to give the name. So there were 12 rishis, then 4 brahmacharis, and then Narada, like that, all they came, and they were very holy people, and all they used to live in that way. The Satya Yuga, we do not find any avatara. Look at it. Avatara is not coming. What is the avatara? The power of God. What is his action? To re-establish dharma. In the Satya Yuga, all used to follow the dharma, the righteousness. There is no bad, nothing bad, no craving. When the Brahma used to ask them, why don't you go and develop the family? All of them they refused. And slowly, slowly in the Satya Yuga again, that Prajapatis came, they started all that. But in the Satya Yuga, no problem was there, and Grihi and all this, that was not there. So that one age gone. Then in Satya Treta Yuga, we find Ramachandra. Immediately after the Satya Yuga, the effect of the Satya Yuga was still there in the society. But at the same time, people like Ravana, the Bali, they all were there. The Ravana, he was from the Rakshasa clan, Bali from the Banara clan, and the Manaba, Ramachandra became the Manaba, a human. Rakshasas were also human, Banaras were also human, but they had different type of practices. And Manaba was the Ramachandra and his three brothers, they were there. If you notice, Ravana was a highly educated person. He knew all the Vedas. And not only that, he had tremendous power, spiritual power, mystical power. And that was the Ravana. He used to meditate for a long period of time. His meditation and prayer satisfied the Shiva, and Shiva blessed him. How can you say that's a wrong person, bad person? But he was a bad person. Sometimes now the people they think that Ravana means all bad. Nothing. Why he was bad? Ego and desire. Now this is the way we have to learn. In the Ramayana is a very famous book, and there we find that Ravana, he is having all those good qualities. At the same time, one thing, he was very much egoistic. The same way Bali, he was the supreme commander of the Banara clan, tremendous powerful, and he could defeat even the Ravana. But Bali was a great meditator. Every evening, when the sun is setting, Bali used to go and meditate for at least 4 to 5 hours. So how can you say that he was a bad person? But at the same time, he had the desire, and he used to grab for everything, and for the power, he used to do all. So the good and bad mixture. The good was there, at the same time bad was there. This is the mixture we find. And in that mixture, our avatar was necessary. So the avatar Sri Ramachandra, he came. And here, we will start from here. Ramachandra, I am not going to the story of the Ramayana, most of you know. He was banished. He entered into the forest, and the forest, not only that, only the animals were there, no one was there, nothing like that. There were schools. All rishis used to live in the forest. Almost in every few kilometers away, there was an asrama, there was an establishment. One rishi, they used to be there, and at the same time, students were there. They used to come and stay over there. Society, that means the king used to support them. It was going on. And they were great people. In the Ramayana, we find Ramachandra going and meeting this type of rishis, staying with them. And in one place where the great rishi, he met his wife, when she saw Sita, she was very happy. And this is the period, is a changing. She told that Anushva, she told, see, our life was completely dedicated for research. The Brahma Badini, Brahma means all pervasive consciousness, and we were trying to realize that, and when we are realizing that, we discovered many other things also. So that was our lifestyle. The male, female, both, because the population was very less. So whoever was able, they were instructed that you should utilize your intellect, your mind, focused to discover something. how to be comfortable, and so many things they discovered. But for you, pointing to Sita, she told, you need not to practice this. Look at my the jewelries. Look at all these jewelries that I am having. I could not use it because the whole life is a life of austerity. So I give it to you. You carry it, take it. And all the good clothing that I got it from my husband, I couldn't use it. So now you take it. And I appreciate that you have come along with your husband. The Sita's argument was with the Rama. Rama told, they have banished me, not you. And you don't have that strength to survive in the forest. She told, after marrying you, I enjoyed the life of this luxury. But now that you, my husband, are going to suffer, I too should go with you to suffer. And this is pratibrata. Now, patibrata, the word, they always this, some ladies will say, why we should do this, why not you, other people, like this is going on. But the pratibrata, another type of responsibility coming on the women. Sorry. And that is very important. Why? Because the society has discovered the truth. What is that truth? Ananda, the happiness, the bliss. And if you are trying to get that bliss or the joy or happiness from these temporary things, you won't get the satisfaction. You will get the happiness for time being, again the desire will come. So the ultimate happiness is the goal. And how to reach over there? They discovered that. You have to overcome your desire. And how? By controlling your mind. How? By controlling your sense organs. And how? Through meditation. One after another, they discovered it. It's like a science. They are going on analyzing things. You will wonder, they told only with 5 things whole universe is made. Only with 5 things. Shiti, Apa, Teja, Maruta and Boma, the Sanskrit name. Shiti means the earth. Apa, the water. Teja, the fire. Shiti, Apa, Teja, Maruta, this is the air. And Vyoma, the space. These are only 5 things. They termed it Pancha Mahabhuta. Bhuta means the matter. And it has very subtle condition, and it has also the gross condition. The subtle condition and gross condition, and then when it is mixing up, each and everything that you see is a mixture of this. Now the human being is the best. Why? Because nature has given them an excellent gift. If you look at the creation, you find that the tremendous powerful dinosaurs and or the tigers and the lions, the strong jaws and paws, elephant, huge power. But comparing with that, the human being are very tiny little being. But the God has given them a head. And head to think, to judge, to analyze, and then accept. So the human brain is so precious. That's why in the Ma Kali, she is having the garland of the human heads. It's not that she killed anyone. It's the wrong conception. She killed no one. If anyone is killing the people and then for the counting, keeping the heads hanging, shall we call her mother? That to divine mother? No one will say that. It's a symbolic. The head is the most important, the human. So they came to this second stage. They are giving the male to work in the outside and female to work inside and developing the families. Now if you look at the Ramayana, Ramachandra never said, go and meditate. Krishna said. But in the whole Ramayana, Rama never said this. When we are reading, out of emotion we read, oh Ramchandra, this, and all our anger goes to that lady, the Kaikeyi, why she wanted that. Forget about that. But what is the teaching that we get from the Ramayana? Rama never ever said you should meditate or you should take the name of God. Nothing. What Rama teaching? He is giving a society. When he killed the Bali told, I never knew you, but why you killed me? He said, see, I had a friend, your brother, Sugriva, and that agreement, the friend, that he will support me, I will support him. So naturally, I had to kill you because you were about to kill your brother. You were more powerful. And moreover, I punished you because you did a heinous thing. You accepted your brother's wife as your wife, that you should not have done. He said, that is the natural thing. From now onwards, it should not. We notice this because there's a norm is coming in the society. Human society was there. Great rishis were there. Veda was there. But in the normal life, there was no rules. So bringing the rules. And when it is, who will develop the families? Who will give the teaching to the children? Now the responsibility was shifted to the women. So from Brahmavadini, they became Pratibrata Grihini. The Griha and the Grihini. From the Brahmavadini, they became Patibrata Grihini. And if you notice, after the Ramayana, you will never find other ladies who are meditating. Some of them were already there. Then in the Mahabharata, third space came Satya, Treta, Dwapara. Have you ever heard any Brahmavadini, any lady meditating and discovering the secrets of the Veda, and there she is giving the teaching? Not a single one. If you notice in the Mahabharata, Ramayana and Mahabharata, that has been branded as the epic, but they are not epic, they are the history. Epic means the story, some of the history and then some the wishful thinking, but it is not that. It is the pure history. And that is the reason, if you notice, that society is changing. And in the Mahabharata, we get the name of 5 ladies who are highly respected. Who are those? Panchasati, they used to say. Panchasati, one is Mandodari. Second is Tara. Third is Gandhari. Fourth is Kunti. And the fifth is Draupadi. Why? All of them always followed the husband. Now, if we say this in this modern age, they will say that is the way you bound the women. It is not. Responsibility was given. Mandodari, you can imagine, when her husband, the Ravana, was doing so much, she was constantly going on advising Ravana, you should not do it. But she was going on giving the positive teaching in the family, constantly, never ever deviated. From the Gandhar, which is now the Middle East, our what is called the place? Kandahar. Kandahar. From the Gandhar, when this lady came, young lady, to marry the king of the Delhi, she was not knowing that her husband is blind. When she came, she reached and then found the husband is blind. And if she is watching and enjoying, then what the husband will think? She voluntarily closed her eyes for the whole life. The tremendous dedication, and she continuously followed the righteous path. Her husband was not following, and the husband was greedy. He was thinking that my children should get the power, but she told you should not do it every time. And when her son, the beloved son, came for the blessings before that great war, it is she who told, If you are following the righteous path, you will be successful. Otherwise, success is always goes with the dharma. Look at it. In all these things, she never separated herself from the husband. She constantly followed that. So this is called Shati. And this, afterwards, the Grihastha Dharma. Why I am telling this? How the responsibility for a householder comes. And that is the reason much afterwards, and the present age, in the Kali Yuga, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he came to reestablish the Dharma, Sthapakayacha Dharmasya, to establish the Dharma. How? By developing the householder's life and also the sannyasa life. But in the meantime, sannyasa was weakened. You will never find a sannyasi in Mahabharata. You will never find a sannyasi in the Ramayana, because that conception was not there. There were 4 stages. That the brahmacharya, garastha, vanaprastha, and then they used to live in that way, they used to call themselves sannyasa. But directly from the student life to sannyasa life, it was not there. The sannyasi was not there, rishis were there, munis were there, the thoughtful people, thinkers. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna came to reestablish this, and that was very, very important. This is the Yuga Avatara. What is the Yuga now? Kali. I think I should stop now, and after a little tea break, once again we will join, and then how Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is helping the householder to become a very good householder, so that the human society can become a heaven for each and everyone. We will do that. Mohanji.
Yeah, we'll take about 15 minutes break.